Hello, my name is Alex Bruno, and today we will be talking about the Harrier 2. The Harrier 2 is one of the most widely used vertical takeoff jet aircraft. The reason being is that it can do the job of a helicopter and a jet fighter. It has the ability to take off vertically and can go a speed of 730 miles per hour through the air. It also has the ability to take off in a very short distance. The British invented a version to take off from a very short runway aircraft carrier. All that was needed is a little ramp at the end of the runway. The Harrier appeared to jump into the air off of the aircraft carrier. How does this work, you might ask? Well, the Harrier only has one jet engine, but it has 4 nozzles to direct the jet propulsion downward to create vertical lift and pick it up off the ground like a helicopter. Once they've reached their correct altitude, the vents are slowly turned horizontally so the plane can fly through the air like a jet. There's only one problem with this Harrier, though. The engines create an enormous amount of heat while hovering. The Harrier can only hover for around 90 seconds, and in that amount of time it uses 150 gallons of water to cool the engines. Another question you may be wondering about the Harrier is how it stays stable while it's hovering. Well, on each wingtip there's a vent that the pilot can control the thrust on, so it can stay stable while it's lifting up into the air vertically. Now those are the specs of the Harrier. Now we're going to learn a little bit about the history. The Harrier dates back to the 1960s with the Hawker Siddeley aircraft. But the version used by the United States Marine Corps was the AV-8B McDonnell Douglas, now Boeing, Harrier 2. Originally a British-designed aircraft, McDonnell Douglas took the AV-8AC Harrier and completely redesigned it with a new fuselage and cockpit and everything. This Harrier saw a lot of action in the Gulf War in 1990 and 1991. The Harriers were supposed to be held in reserve during Operation Desert Storm, but on the morning of January 17, 1991, a call was made and they were called into battle. During Operations Desert Shield and Desert Storm, the AV-8B amassed 3,380 flights and 4,083 flight hours. A total of 5 Harriers were shot down with enemy surface-to-air missiles, and 2 Marine pilots were killed in these tragic events. Harriers were also used in 1999 during NATO's bombing of Yugoslavia in Operation Allied Force, and they have been used very much since then as well. Being the great aircraft that it is, the Harrier has had its share of accidents in its history. With 148 accidents and 45 people killed, the Harrier has one of the highest rates of major accidents among military aircraft. Hence it has been dubbed the Widowmaker by some military pilots. One of the main reasons the Harrier has so many accidents is because it has a very long takeoff and landing time. These are the most crucial times that a plane is in flight. Because of all these accidents, the AV-8B is said to be replaced by the F-35B version of the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II. The F-35B is the first aircraft in history to combine stealth with short takeoff vertical landing capability and supersonic speed. The Harrier 2 was probably one of the greatest advances in military aviation, and because of that, it will not be forgotten by any of us.